Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women equate appearance and behavior. They equate appearance and behavior. If you look a certain way, they feel like you will behave a certain way. Now, this ain't saying it's always accurate, and yes, they will make some mistakes, but this is just part of their nature. Like, we can always say looks matter, but it's not just the genetic look. It's not just the genetics, but it's also the look. How does the man groom himself? How does he dress? How does he walk? How does he present himself? And, you know, sometimes women, they can make a good read. Sometimes they'll make a bad read. But it's just their nature. See, when they checking out a guy, they trying to ascertain certain things about him. So and if you just paying attention to women, if you actually talk to women, actually listen to them, read some books by women. When they looking at a guy, they are thinking several things. They checking him out. When they looking at him head to toe, they's like, oh, okay, he got that type of shirt on. Okay, he got those pants on. Oh, they wrinkle. Oh, wait a minute, he don't have a watch. Oh, wow, ooh, his shoes are jacked up. Now, he could be a millionaire, dressing bummy, just coming back from doing something. And, you know, the woman probably might have missed out on a millionaire if she's looking for it, but they're equating it. They're equating it. And indeed, even with the genetic part, just the bone structure, they might make certain assumptions. Like one big one, major one, many handsome men have attested to this during when I was doing the bulk of the handsome man videos. And they'll say, you know, I talked about that quite a few times, really. You know, women will meet some guy, and if he looks too good, they assume he's a player because he looked like a player. Maybe because, not just his bone structure though, but because of how he's wearing his clothes and indeed how he's interacting. And just off the look, his presentation, he's like, oh, okay, he looks like this. He'll look like that. Listen to, like, if you're dealing with women, one of the best ways to learn about their nature, just overall, this goes beyond even the subject of this video. Listen. Just listen and pay attention. You can learn a whole lot more than if you ask them a direct question or if you read some book. Just listen to them talk. Listen to their interactions. You know, don't get caught up in what you want and, you know, what's important to you. Listen to what they're actually saying. And the thing is, they think, okay, this guy's dressed up. This guy, he must have this going on. You know, it's the importance of image. And, you know, like I said, sometimes they could be correct. Sometimes they can definitely be wrong. But they still going to equate it. And yeah, and they still won't bring the genetics into it. You know, a lot of times they might call a guy nice, not because he's necessarily nice, but his facial features, how he groomed himself, his facial expressions, how he's walking, everything is not turning them on. So they say, oh, he's probably a nice guy. You know, he's looking innocent and everything. And of course they can get fooled because some of the deadliest players look like straightforward, worthy men, clean-cut guys. And that's another thing too. They're going to assume something. They're going to assume something about, you know, if you got tats, anything like that. Oh, he got some tats. Oh, you don't have any tats. And, you know, they might deal with it. It depends on the woman, what she wants and everything. Like my favorite is, I always tell you about my buddy who's like big in the church. She prefers clean cut guys. So when she's looking at a guy, he got anything that suggests he ain't as clean cut. It could be something, he could have just locks. And she's like, oh, no, I can't mess with him. You know, because she's equating his look with how he's actually going to behave, you know? And indeed, on some level, like I said, it got some accuracy, but they can still make a mistake. But that's just their nature, because what did I say? I've said it several times. When women look at a man, they look at everything. They're going to check out your fingernails. If you got some jacked up fingernails or you letting them grow too long, oh, trust me, they're going to see that, you know? Or they looking at your teeth, you got that slight crooked back there, or you look like you having like touched it with a toothbrush in life, oh yeah, they're gonna make some assumptions and everything. They're gonna look, because the thing with women, understand, yes, appearance is important, your physicality is important, but then also your behavior, how you interact with them, how you want to talk to them and stuff emotionally. How do they feel around you emotionally? That's very important. See, some guys, they don't get that part of women, but that emotional piece is big. That's why you can get some guys who, according to like the wisdom, or I'll say, I'm not even gonna call it wisdom, the ideas many men have, they shouldn't be getting any women. But the women looking at them totally different. The women is looking at them totally different. And like I say, I know this. I actually talk to women. Actually, I talk to them, I observe them. Now, you get some guys feel like, oh, well, they could just tell you anything. That's when you pay attention to their behavior. Use some common sense. You pay attention to their actions. If they say something and then their actions match it, oh, you got a hit. But then if they say something and they do something totally different through their actions, it's like, oh, okay, I got to take everything she said with a grain of salt. In fact, you should take that. You should do that anyway, really. But that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And so that's why it's important, if you want to get women, you got to have some concern about your appearance. What message does your appearance say to them? Does it say you're intellectual? Nothing wrong with that. You got a certain haircut, you might wear glasses, you carry yourself in a certain way, you dress in a certain way. But if that's you, and then if you're looking for the right woman for you, that's sending a message to women who like intellectual men. And yeah, there's some women who do like intellectual men. 4 billion women in the world, they're all going to like something different. And some will like intellectual men. But then another woman, she more the partier, so you got the party stuff on, And then other women, they looking for that executive or something. So you, even casually, you need to look like an executive. They're going to assume, oh, he's dressed up, he's wearing this, carrying himself a certain way. Oh, he's an executive, Because they're going to look at your appearance and say, okay, this is who you are. In fact, I've said it several times. Other guys have said it too. Women have said it. Women make that decision about letting a guy go further in like 3 seconds. They're going, because they did a scan. They did that scan and they be like, up, shoes. I know beautiful lady, she tell you she checking out how the guy's feet are pointing while they walking. Like, they looking at everything and then they making a judgment. And like I said, it's not always gonna be perfect, but it's their nature. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.